All right, it's Monday. That means it's time to start running around on a giant map. Welcome. I am Sean. I am GMing this Forbidden Lands shindig. With me, as always, and by always I mean exactly one other time aside from this.
Mathematically, you're correct, though.
Yeah, completely accurate.
I am technically correct, which is, as we all know, the best kind
Best type
of
of
correct. With me are my friends Josh, playing Nissel, Matt as Arland, the halfling that can't seem to find food.
It's dangerous hunting for potatoes.
Hunting potatoes is the most dangerous game. And Neil, playing Umlaut, the orc.
Who did succeed at hunting a boar, which isn't as dangerous as potatoes, but
But only barely not as dangerous as potatoes. So, to kind of recap what happened last time, there was a manticore that attacked in the middle of the night. And then the following day, after the aforementioned boar was taken down, there was some harpies that also happened.
Quite a few of them.
And you had driven them off, killed two of them, and the third flew away unsatisfied that they could not devour the rest of you.
it's important to note, I think we won the fight with the manticore because we're new at the rules and certain things were missed in our favor.
I mean,
Nah.
it's
Not what
not
the fiction says.
it's not untrue. It's not untrue that is in fact the case. But also, you now have some extra food because if I remember right, Umlaut had run out right before he had managed to get the boar, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then Arlen cooked it down. Nissel, unfortunately, is out
Out of arrows.
Out of arrows. You are ammo-less.
I can't cook you more arrows, sorry.
That's
I really could use some.
and yeah, but you had hung out in like right in that space, kind of in the shadow of the red tower, the old broken down tower that the ex manticore had been nesting in, that you have not had a chance to fully explore yet.
The Red Tower?
That is the name of it. It is called the Red Tower.
That place with the plants in it, remember?
Yeah, there were some evil plants that tried to murder you, and yeah,
Manticore.
and manticore, you know,
Planticore.
the manticore. Jesus Christ. So that's where we are on the 6th day of Springrise. You've been out, man. What a grand total of like 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your 5th day out of your home village, and a lot's happened already. Like a lot
Yeah, ton of
has
crap the
happened.
5th day, yeah.
I think we're rested up, though.
You are rested up. It is dawn on Blood Day, because that's a day of the week in the Forbidden Lands. Because of course it is.
Edgelord.
I always refer to this game as the RPG equivalent of painting a wizard on the side of your van, and every setting element that comes out, I am more and more convinced that is accurate, in a good way. But yes, it's dawn of the 6th day of Springrise, Blood Day. The rain has stopped finally. It's fairly clear, and so I suppose that makes it time to move on
For the map.
to to the map. For those of you watching at home, I've made some changes on how I did this. For two reasons. Number one, the map is gorgeous, and I don't want to hide it. Number two, it's surprisingly difficult to manage the fog of war. Like if you accidentally screw something up and reset it, and then I have to reset it for everybody, and then we have to figure out exactly which hexes that you've explored. But now I can just turn the hexes that you have explored color from black and white to represent that you're no longer in Kansas.
We're gonna make this map all color by the time we're done with this game, right? Right, Jen?
So colorful.
So colorful.
Why are you exploring that way again? Because we haven't uncovered it yet.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. I did take extreme care to get rid of all markings on the map so that nobody knows where anything is.
There are some ruins in the mountains to the south of us.
There are some things that I could not get rid of in any kind of like functional way. So yes, there are ruins spread out across the Forbidden Lands that maybe there's stuff there. You don't know. I don't necessarily know. I haven't rolled up everything on the map yet. But you are still here on the hex that the Red Tower occupies. And I suppose as you awaken on the morning of the sixth day, what would you like to do?
I'll wake him up with breakfast like I always do, because that's what Arla does. I'll say, well, gentlemen, shall we go get rich?
Miss is going to look in his quiver and then turn it upside down.
We can get you money to go buy more arrows.
All right, then he's on board.
I could use a sword.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
because
doesn't have a weapon anymore.
aside from your magic, Umlaut is unarmed. Your sword is useless, and you were using Nissel's short spear, but you tossed that back to him.
Yeah.
During the fight with the harpies. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because if somebody's got a punch, it might as well be Umlaut.
It
does make a lot of sense.
That is true. Cool. So yeah, like, do you want to explore the tower? Do you want to head
Absolutely, we do.
back?
Oh god. So scared.
Listen, we killed the. Oh god, we moved. Okay.
That was an accident.
We killed the manticore, right?
We did kill the manticore.
It's true.
There's nothing else left.
That seems like a really poor
Well,
assumption.
if there's anything else that lived here, the manticore would have taken care of it.
But the plants were alive and they can't take care of the plants. Those things nearly killed us.
Well, we killed the plants.
All right, let's go kill some plants.
I mean,
We killed plants, we killed the manticore.
yeah,
Harpies can't fly into the tower, so we're good.
that's right. And and the legend of this place only mentions slight haunting.
But people
Oh,
probably heard the manticore and were like, "Oh, it's haunted. Let's not go there." But
I'd classify a manticore as a slight haunting.
Yeah.
Slightly haunted.
Just a slightly haunted tower. Lightly haunted.
listen, I have 12 copper to my name, and I need some money. Okay, so I need to get some armor for myself. We need to get like a pack mule so I can carry all my shit without being weighed down. I have goals here, people.
I mean, that is fair. Cool. So yeah, you can totally like go into the tower and start exploring. It's a little less scary during the day and when it's like not raining outside, right?
Real quick, Sean.
Mhm.
Your video is frozen for me. I don't know about anyone else.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Like, we still hear you just fine, and I get to look at your beautiful face. It's just not moving.
I do have a beautiful face.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Now you have a beautiful still face.
Oh no, we're
Still beautiful.
we're having
Still
technical
beautiful.
difficulties.
I mean, we have audio, which is great.
Yeah. Well, that's because I'm a smart person and I capture my audio and my video separately.
Ooh.
Clever.
Apparently, my using my phone as a webcam is not.
Can it work?
Well, I mean, it had been working. Clearly.
Is that what you did last time too?
Nope. This
Oh.
was new.
Yeah, it was working just fine.
But it apparently just died. I'm gonna try and restart it one more time, and then I will mute myself briefly and remind me to create a technical difficulties screen.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Because
Or what about the goblin is late again screen? Is that an option as
Goblin?
well?
yeah, just one that says waiting on Nissel.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Well, while he's doing that, I don't want to bogart all the decisions. Are you guys cool with going right into the tower?
Yeah.
I mean,
We need to get like stuff of value to get money so we can get arrows and swords and what have you. So that makes sense.
Okay.
yeah, at this point we're kind of we it's do or die. We either got to head back to a town or make some dough before we go.
Do you Neil, does Umlaut have willpower for spells?
Not much. He's gonna have to be pushing some rolls.
He's been using a lot of it for becoming standing again.
Yeah, being unbroken.
Did you see, by the way, there is a chance when we go to a town that you can get a teacher?
I did see that.
And it didn't seem to specify what kind of teacher, so I'm assuming that like magical teacher is the same chance as I want to get a blacksmith teacher or whatever teacher, you know. So, and then you pay them a couple silver, and you can go up and rock magic.
All right, I have to fix this real quick. I apologize. Just do what you do on live video and stall.
Welcome to Action Castle. You are in a small cottage. There's a fishing pole here. Exits are out.
Take the fishing rod.
You have a fishing rod.
Out.
It's not your turn.
What was the other? There was a fishing rod.
I don't know the command. What was the other? There's a fishing rod.
Damn it! I'm so bad at this game. Where's my character sheet? I want to take Neil's fishing rod out. What kind of game are we playing again? Is this the wrong kind of game?
Oh man,
Action Castle.
I've already forgot half. I used to have that whole map memorized. Yeah, it's basically a party game based off old text-based role-playing games, and you have like a long line, and like the person in the front is the computer, but everyone comes up and gives one command and then goes to the back of the line, and if it's not a command the computer recognizes, the action doesn't happen, and you got to be a little snarky about it.
That's good times.
We've got a dolphin in the chat. Now we have a chat with a porpoise.
That's a good emote.
My dog's being an asshole. He does that a lot.
Does dolphin emotes, or is an asshole a lot?
No, both. He's got a problem. I don't know how to fix it.
I am a bastion of professionalism.
Look at that face. The face is moving again.
Yay!
Yay! I fixed it. That'll teach me to upgrade anything ever.
Well, we have successfully looted the dungeon, Sean, while you were away. We now have
Man,
stacks of gold.
that was
Just-
impressive and quick.
Yes.
Both impressive.
You'd be surprised how much stuff we found in there while you were gone.
So much stuff. Would you like?
We
me to-
made our own list, so don't worry.
Oh.
It's in the party treasure. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. I appreciate that you did all of that work for me.
Yep.
Uh.
So anyway, I get in the Ferrari.
Right, and I jump on the back of the Griffin.
Oh my God. This'll
Carrying a bag of manticore babies.
this'll teach me to like do literally anything. Hang on. Now I have to find my notes because I lost them. There we go. There we go. All right. My apologies. Let me let me get back to this. So, the red tower is now that it's daytime, you can actually see it like in the proper light. You can see that it's gotten its name because the stones that make up the tower itself are they're just like crimson, not like painted, but like the stones themselves are just like this like somewhere like this red between rust and blood, right?
It's not surprising considering this land was covered with a blood mist for centuries.
Yeah. And it like it's very clearly old. As you step back into the grounds that are surrounded by crumbling old stone walls, you can see that the everything is still soggy. There are far fewer ravens perched around.
We took away their food source.
Yeah, you can even without any kind of rolls or anything, it's pretty obvious that they were most likely like getting scraps from whatever it was that the manticore killed. Or the leftover corpses from the strangling vines.
Keep an eye out for purple flowers, by the way.
What's that?
I'm telling the Umlaut and Nissel, keep an eye out for purple flowers, by the way.
You can see that here and there are the wilted remains of purple flowers. They seem to have died pretty quickly after you dispatched the main trunk of this thing. And kind of near the back of the grounds, I wish I had like made an actual map that I could show you guys of this, but it was chicken scratch and it was awful, and it was just so that I could place things in my head.
I'm good.
So kind of toward the back, along it would be the western wall is the tower itself. There is it looks like it used to have a wooden door that has long since broken down and been eaten away by time. And like standing outside of it, you can smell that an animal has been living in here. Kind of looking up the tower, you can see that the upper layers have crumbled on one side, giving the tower itself just this. It just looks like a jagged, broken tooth, like just sticking up out of the ground. But you can see that like the beams around the door and some of the stonework was probably really, really well like expertly carved. Like this is definitely something that was built out of wealth, right?
Good. Maybe there's some of that wealth still around here somewhere.
According to legends, there's a secret vault with wealth locked away somewhere.
I'd like to make a find wealth roll.
Yeah, I'd like to make 2 of those, please.
Are there any other buildings or structures within the walls other than the tower?
There is kind of if you're facing westward toward the tower, to the north, there is the remains of a small, like, it's really just the beams and like a little bit of foundation, but it looked like it was probably a wooden building that's more or less long gone, right? Like you can see where it was, but it's pretty close to where the trunk of the strangling vine had grown, and just over the centuries it was worn away by weather and lack of care.
Okay. I'm gonna go over there, and I'm gonna take off my field kitchen, and I'm gonna kind of stick it like in a corner in there, and just like kind of like push some, I don't know, straw or dirt or something kind of half over it so it's not immediately visible. But I'm tired of carrying that everywhere.
I was gonna say, because I think you're technically encumbered, right?
Am I?
Even with that, because food and water take up weight. Not much, but they do take up a little bit.
How much do you need to lose so you're not encumbered?
Is that what because
Like half a unit.
did the water go up and kick over? Is that what happened?
I think I added I think the water skin doesn't take up any, but the food does.
Okay, but I've also got a field ration and water skin listed there in my inventory, but
yeah, and one of them has normal weight. One of them's tiny and doesn't.
But sorry, go ahead.
Like tiny things don't take up any weight, but
it also automatically added in the weight for the dye type of food and water. So
yeah.
I'm wondering if something got doubled up. Does that make sense? Like, because I've got the weight for a D8 of food, but now I've also got the weight for a field ration.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was counting. It was counting both. Yeah. Just delete the field ration and the water skin then.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm at 3.5.
Yeah, that should go for everybody then.
Actually, technically, I'm at 5.5 out of 6. I don't know how to actually change my encumbrance number because that's what my talent does. Is it ups my thing by 2, and I just made the weight of my field kitchen none.
Yeah, that's fair.
But so I'm gonna get rid of that, and I'm gonna have a 3.5 out of 6 when we go into the dungeon, just so I can haul more treasure out.
Yeah. That's a technical thing that I can't fix to make it automatically do that.
Okay.
Unfortunately, but
that's okay.
We don't need to change anything on ours though. We're not.
You're not pack rats like me.
Yeah, you might want to take a look at your character sheets, and if there's I think I added them on there because I didn't realize that it automatically accounted like for the weight of whatever your diet type is.
So should we take it out of our gear then?
Yeah, go ahead and clear it from your gear because that should make it accurate. Yeah, so while you're doing that, Arlen, there's the dirt, like it's real muddy, right? Because the fountain that sits out like in the center of the ground has
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's been overflowing, and it's just turned this entire place into a marsh. But
I'll put it like more on top of like one of the stones or something. Then like still kind of shrouded from wind and stuff, but like up on a stone so it's not gonna get.
Yeah, and there's plenty of those. Like the walls have broken in and whatnot. Yeah, there's also a lot of bones all over the ground.
I know where those came from. I'm tempted to pick through the. Oh, I am so poor. I'm gonna, unless anyone wants to stop me, I'm gonna quick pick through the bones in case there was like coins or anything like.
Nissa won't stop you, but he'll help you.
Yeah, like did any of the people who were killed by the vines happen to be armed?
That would be great.
That is a good question. Do you want to make a scout roll?
Sure. Who do you want to roll it? I'm guessing whoever rolls it gets help from the other two.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with you because it was
Okay.
your suggestion. You volunteered.
Okay, modifier of 2.
Yep.
Umlaut's just walking around kicking stuff.
Yeah. So as you're kind of like looking through, you don't see any like real like no coins, nothing like that. But as you're kind of looking through like the stuff like right around the hut, partially buried in the mud, you find like there's an odd looking bone. And as you kind of pick it up to move it out of the way to like, look for something else, you realize that it's a little carved bird. Like the carving is really nice. It might not be worth that much, but it might be worth something to the right buyer.
And Arlen will like hold it up victoriously. He goes, "Our first loot! Our first loot! We're real adventurers now!"
Fucking hate birds.
And then I'll stick it in my pocket.
Yeah. It's incidentally, it's worth 3 copper. I'm not gonna hide that kind of stuff from you, because that would be silly.
Tiny?
Yep, it's tiny. It doesn't weigh much of anything. It's pretty delicate, though. So, just so you know,
He'll carefully wrap it and stick it in his field kitchen with his other food things that are fragile.
Yeah. The food,
Carbs,
the weird.
bone. What'd you say? This bird?
Yep. It's a little raven, and it's kind of blocky and stylized. It looks like somebody was, it was probably carved like as kind of a talisman to the raven god.
Yeah, for those silly druids.
Yeah. Silly druids. They
I mean,
don't worship the
they're-
worm like regular people.
They're nicer than the Rust brothers, at least.
The Rust brothers are dicks. You haven't even really run into them yet.
Is that who made the music for Fight Club?
Yes,
Damn it.
it is. Cool. But yeah, that's the only thing you find of value out here in the yard.
All right, let's head inside, guys.
Let's go.
Oh, joy.
All right. So you
Watch your step. Could be crumbling stonework and things,
So stepping inside, the inside of the tower is actually like cool because the sun never hits it, but you're kind of assaulted by the smell of like, I don't know if you've ever gone into a cave and realized too late that it's where bears like to sleep.
Oh.
But yeah, it's animal droppings and like whatever rotting prey it hadn't eaten yet.
Arlen takes a deep breath, goes back out, takes his herb bag, ties it around his face like under his nose, and then goes back in.
Nissa on Cloud found the smelly spot and just roll around in that shit. Like all dogs do, yeah.
So, heroes don't act this way.
Nissa shrugs and continues rolling. Not here.
I want to swat you with like a newspaper. No, stop missile.
Yeah,
Missile.
bad. That's a bad missile.
Get the
It's the
squirty
most
out.
goblin thing ever. That's great. There's some light that like filters in, kind of from the doorway, but it's still morning, right? So like the sun's coming in from the east, so it's kind of filtering in behind you. There's a few shafts of light coming from somewhere above, although that's pretty dim. It's going through what looks like 2 floors, like down into this ground floor. And looking around, you can Nissel actually can see the best in here. This looks like at one point it was probably like a richly appointed hall. Like there's molded and tattered remains of like tapestries hanging from the walls, and there's like you can see plants have started growing in like between cracks where the mortar is given away, and there's a couple of windows like on this level to let the light in, which are also overgrown with plants. The floor was originally stone. It's now cracked and uneven, and dirty and gross. But you can also see there is the remains of a grand staircase that lead up to a second floor.
Let's go up.
Do we want to poke around here and see if there's anything of value?
So we'll definitely look around, but he'd also be super cautious of plants now.
Oh yeah,
Every
always
time he
looking
comes
for
too
purple
close to plants,
flowers.
he's gonna poke his spear out.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna bother to make you roll or anything here. It's pretty like, if there was anything of value here, it's long since been cleaned out. Probably between the time that this place was abandoned and the time that the manticore moved in.
Oh shit, that's what Arlen says.
Yeah, and there's like, it's not just like one big open room, right? Like there's looks like there were kitchens and like smaller like servants' quarters and stuff down here. But the doors have all like rotted away. And you know, anything that was valuable at one time has either already been stolen or kind of succumbed to time. So on the ground floor is pretty much cleared out. The stairs going up are actually in okay condition. They're hardy stone, and they've been mostly sheltered from the weather, being inside the tower. So heading upstairs isn't a problem. When you get to that second level, what was already smelly downstairs is like it's even worse now. This seems to have been where the creature, the manticore, actually like made its lair. So there's like material that's been drugged in and pretty clearly slept on. There's like just bones littering everything in here. You know, some of the with meat still on it. It looks like it probably drug its prey back to be devoured here.
Well, don't forget, since we're in a crumbly tower, the little ones go first. Unlike the bridge.
No, if it'll hold me, it'll hold you.
But if it doesn't hold you, then we're all fucked.
Did it happen to drag anything with a sword in here?
Do you
Was it sleeping on any weapons?
Was it sleeping on any sharp-edged weapons?
Actually, like, are you like searching around and poking around in here? Or?
Yeah, like anything, because I mean, like, I literally have no weapons, so anything that could be used.
Is there a really nasty looking rock that he could pick up and just carry with him forever?
So like as you're looking around in here, like kind of piled in one corner is a humanoid skeleton.
Okay.
And clutched in its hand, you can see just like poking out from underneath like a larger pile of like discarded prey. It's got its hand, like its skeletal hand, like wrapped around the hilt of some kind of weapon.
Heck yeah, I run over there and grab it.
The kid in a candy store just bolts off. This is the most excitement we've seen out of him in a while.
Yeah,
he's so energized.
So you pull it out, and you notice two things about it right away. Number one, it is in fact a sword.
Yes.
It's a falchion, so it's a wide and single edged.
Okay.
About the length of a broadsword. It's also like the balance is awful.
All right.
Right? But the like it's all got like filigree work, intricate filigree work, in gold and silver worked into the hilt and into the blade, and kind of set into the pommel is a large opal. Like once you kind of get some of the dirt and grime off of it, you can see that it's a pretty good sized gemstone in there.
So don't fight with that umlaut. Save it for money.
Of course.
Yeah.
Nizzle disagrees. He wants you to swing it at something.
It's definitely decorative. It looks like maybe it had been in here and somebody, like whoever was here, like tried to use it to defend themselves against the manticore, and that went as well as you expect.
All right. So I found a weapon, but not one I can use.
I mean, you could use it. It's just not great.
I have a distinct impression if it gets broken, then the value goes down.
But if we survive,
yeah,
Good find.
I mean, that's always the question, right? Is like,
If we survive, yeah.
well, and how valuable are your valuables if you're not alive to spend them, right?
If you really need a weapon, umlaut, you could use my knife.
no, I'm not carving.
You could just use Arland.
Yeah. My hands will work as well as that knife.
And kind of as you pulled this out and have a chance to take a look at it, Arlen, you hear something like shift upstairs. There's a third level to this tower.
I hear something upstairs. Nizzle.
How dark is it upstairs? Can I see up to that stairwell?
So there's like when you go to the stairwell, you can actually see it like the sunlight is coming in. The third tower, or the third level, this place seems to be like the top of the tower, and it's where like the stones have have broken away. So like the top room is basically like half a room upstairs. You could see where it was broken out from the ground, but now that you're looking
Is
up,
this stairwell? Is it big enough for me to be mounted on, or is this going to be a more confined space? It's going to be difficult for me and Cloud to be.
I mean, you're not very big, so like you could probably do it.
I just want a quick escape in case I need it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a narrow staircase, but it's not like this place, even as you like climb up through it and are looking around, you can tell that it's not a tower that was built for defense. This is a tower that is built for, I mean, or at least it probably was, a few hundred years ago, like built for opulence. It is definitely the tower of a rich person to live in, not like a knight to function as like a defensible hold, right?
Right.
Well
then, yeah, Nissa will definitely try to sneak up those stairs with Cloud then and see how close I can get and peek up that staircase.
Nice. Would you like to make a stealth roll?
I think so. I say that now that I'm realizing that it's going to be the first roll that I'm making of today, so God knows how it'll go. All right.
You're looking at one?
I'm looking at one. That's all I need.
If you push, you're gonna take 3 agility.
Yeah, I think I'll hold off. If Nissa pushes, he falls off Cloud and just goes face first down the stairs. I just got my one success. I like my one success. I think I like my one success.
That says ghost. That says ghost right there. I don't like that.
It does in fact say ghost. So you are you riding, like, are you mounted on the back of your wolf as you?
Yeah, he would still be mounted then. If the stairwell was big enough, he's not gonna bother climbing off. He would just try to him and Cloud to do it as quickly and quietly as possible.
Nice. Okay. So as the two of you like creep slowly up the stairs, you can see it looks like the third level of the red tower is it was once like mostly bedroom. You could see a couple of like where the tower has broken away. There's still the remnants of a couple of smaller chambers, maybe for like servants or old closets or something like that. That the stone has broken and fallen, down to the ground below. But in the part that's still kind of covered over, you can see the molded and rotted remains of what looks like a large bed. There's definitely something sitting on top of it, but from where you're standing, you can't really tell what it is. But occasionally, like flitting in the shadows, you can see you can see this mostly translucent form of a humanoid. It definitely looks like a woman. Like she'll appear in the shadows and then just kind of like fade out as she crosses over where the sun is like peeking in underneath like the part of the the room that still has the roof, right? And so you can see her glowing softly in the darkness, but she's like the sunlight kind of overcomes her form. She does not seem to have spotted you.
Yay!
And you can hear like just the barest whisper of what sounds like her dress rustling. And like she's not touching the ground, right? So the sound is as ghostly as the rest of her, as she frantically, like, she seems to be looking through like non-existent belongings and muttering to herself, where is it, he promised it would be here. But she has not spotted you. What would you like to do?
Attack.
I think Nissel wants to take a quick look around the room, not moving from his position, just like a real quick scan in case there's something that's twinkly up here. And then if there's not, then maybe he'll go back down the stairs.
Okay.
Like Ash in the basement of Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wanna make a scout test?
Yeah, let's do that.
Wits is your strong suit, huh, Nissel?
Wits is my so good.
Now I will say that where you are looking from the sunlight into the darkness, and I know you're a nocturnal.
Yeah, Nissel's not a fan of.
Yeah.
sunlight in his
Is there actually a penalty for being in the sunlight, or is it just that you don't have a penalty for being in the dark?
Yeah, I don't have a penalty for being in the
Okay,
dark. I think they said in the book that they used to have one, but now they just thematically.
Gotcha.
Goblins are not a fan of direct sunlight.
Yeah. It's uncomfortable, but it doesn't affect your dark souls. Okay.
But I don't need any help with that.
Yeah, like it's hard to see. Like, I think you realize that if you want a better view, you're going to have to like go up and take a look, unless you want to push it.
Oh, golly. I mean, Nissel's gonna slowly back down and get like halfway, and then try to, as silently as he's ever done before, signal the rest of the group. Covering one mouth.
What is it?
Yeah, Nissel's jumping up and down the air. He's trying to float. He can't float.
No, you can't float. We will let that roll ride. So you're not gonna like. You've already successfully stealthed. You can sneak back to the group without having to make a second roll here.
All right. Yeah, then he'll sneak back down as soon as he gets within earshot. There's a lady upstairs.
What?
She's not touching the ground.
Is it another harpy flying around?
Not sure about ghosts. He's feeling pretty not confident about battling specters or spirits.
Did she have like weapons or something? So why are we scared?
She's not touching the ground.
He's also scared of birds and plants.
Yeah, that's true.
Not manticores.
I'm gonna. Should I go check it out?
Are you gonna go talk to it?
I might. It worked with the Minotaur.
Technically,
Well,
it did work with Minotaur.
It started to work with the Minotaur until someone else Yeah. Anyway, so as long as this one doesn't come charging in, we should be good. Yeah, I'll sneak up. I'll sneak up like the same way that Missile went up, and like stop at the same step I saw him stop at, and like peek up.
Awesome. Do you want to make a stealth roll?
I absolutely do. I'm gonna push my roll.
Yeah, you want to push that roll?
Yes.
Come on.
Oh, nice.
Two agility damage, but it gave me willpower automatically now too.
Oh, right on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
there was an update, so
Sweet.
pretty rad. So what does your push look like?
I think I get to the same stair that Missile was at,
Mm-hmm.
and like I can't quite see because I don't have the dark vision that he does.
Yeah.
So like I actually get like all the way up, into the third floor and like kind of scooch over behind like some rotted piece of furniture or stone or something. You know?
Nice.
Or maybe even if it's close enough, like the other side of the bed, I don't know, but like somewhere I can like physically get behind.
Yeah. There's plenty of like chunks of like big chunks of broken stone, and I mean the bed is probably the largest, mostly intact thing in here, but there's still stuff that you can like hide behind, and you manage to slip in like right as she stops and turns, and like she almost heard you, but then couldn't see anything, and she does
Okay.
kind of one of those like, has somebody come to steal it, and like stops. No, it must be here, and like goes back, and like you can see her like manipulating what looks like drawers and stuff, but there's nothing there, right?
Can I remember based off the story? Can I rack my minstrel brain to know the name of the merchant that owned this place?
Yeah, you could make a lore roll to try and remember.
Because I might try to talk to her because I'm stupid.
Because that's what you do.
I'm so
It does
stupid.
it so well.
That's its success. So yeah, you vaguely remember some story, and it's like one of those half remembered things. The Red Tower itself didn't come up in the name, like in the story you remember, but they did mention that it was the hang on, I wrote this down somewhere. Let me find it. Oh yeah, there was a story about a rich merchant named Vess, and he had married a young like shepherd's daughter named Matilda. And it's kind of like it's almost like, because you remember these kinds of tales, right?
Mhm.
Because you're a minstrel, and so like there's a bunch of variations on it. Like sometimes it's a very Bluebeard's Bride thing where, you know, he's terrible and like winds up murdering her. In others, it's a actually like you know, fairly romantic like story of actual love. There's no telling which one happens to be true.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna either die or do something awesome here. I'm going to stand up.
Okay, you stand up, and there's a brief moment where the ghost freezes in her tracks, such as they are.
And I'll say, "Are you Matilda?"
And she like very slowly turns around, and
Not
like
creepy.
like her eyes widen. There are no like there's no color to her eyes. In fact, her entirely she's almost like it's like she's desaturated, right?
Yeah.
Like she's just this kind of pale shadow, and her eyes widen, and she kind of falls back, and says, no, who are you? My husband, he promised that nothing would happen to us.
I will say, it's okay. Vest sent me. I'm here to help you find what you're looking for.
Would you make me a what is this, manipulation?
Yes, I don't have it, but I've got lots of empathy. Do I get any modifier for using names, or is that just allowing me to roll right now?
No, I'll give you a +1.
Hey, there you go.
Against her.
Yeah, against she got no successes. Like for a moment, like she looks confused, right? Because I mean, time for a ghost is all weird,
Oh yeah,
right?
it's like a weird loop, and things aren't supposed to exist in it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like there's a moment, and she says, "Wait, Vess saw you? You know where the clasp is, then?"
No, but I'm here to help you find it.
She says he promised he would bring it. He said he said he would bring it from the elves, and it should be here.
Do you? Shit, I don't know what to do now. I'm kind of stumped. He's stalling now. It's like, I'll help you look. Let's look for it. He'll start, and I'm going to use this moment as a chance to actually look around what's up here.
Okay. Yeah. And she's mollified for the moment, right? Like you've thrown off any suspicion, and now it's just replaced with like confusion and desperation for whatever it is that she's supposed to be looking for. And so she just kind of turns and ignores you and goes back to looking through her ghostly things. And you have a chance to like kind of come out and like take stock of what's here.
I will give a little whistle while I do this that Nissel and I probably know of. Like, it's like a not quite an all clear come up, but like a I'm okay kind of whistle.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. Like you can hear, and I think that the two of you downstairs, could probably hear at least the muffled conversation happening from below or from above you. So yeah, on the bed, and it's like everything else in here. It's mostly like dust and rotted material, worn by age and the elements. There are two skeletons like lying mostly undisturbed. Like there's a few things like bits of bone here and there that seem to have been displaced, but for the most part it's clear. And it's two skeletons You can see that there's scraps of like clothing still clinging to the bones, and they're lying on the bed, and their hands are intertwined around what looks like a clay like that.
Yeah.
I almost said vial. It's not like a vial, but it's like a little tiny
Something
tiny
for like the
jar.
poison they drink, according to the legend.
Yeah. Most of like some of the tapestries are in better condition here, but they're still like they're still all old and moldy. But unlike the rest of the place, you can see that there's one wooden door up here that leads off of this main bed chamber that seems to still be intact and closed.
Out of character, what do you guys think? Are you guys okay if I poke around a little bit more up here? Or do you want to
Poke all the
to do-
things.
to do
Poke
something?
everything.
Yep, go for it.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, we just run up there and intervene.
I will go to the door and attempt to open it.
Nice. Yeah, you pull on it. You can tell that like there's no like it should be unlocked, right? Whatever rusted old mechanism has it's not holding the door closed, but it feels like just kind of being out and exposed has swelled the door in its frame. So it's kind of stuck. Like you can tug on it and you can feel that it's not locked, but it's jammed.
Sweet Matilda, do you know what's on the other side of this door?
She turns and like fixes you with her colorless eyes, and she
Resist the urge to run.
yeah she says it can't be in there. That's just an old closet. He wouldn't put something worth so much in there. The clasp, the ruby, it should be here.
I'll be right back, Matilda, and I will tiptoe downstairs.
Okay.
And basically report everything that happened to these guys, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, is the clasp something we should go try to find? Like, is this another quest to like go find something and bring it back to her lair to rest? Should we try to just kill her? Should we
I never
try to?
distinctly heard the word ruby.
Should we try to break down that door? Like, what do you guys think?
Probably need to break down the door.
Now, the other question is, how do we do that without pissing off a ghost? Then.
About ghosts.
Wait a minute. Did it look like, because you said parts of the walls have crumbled away, right?
Right.
Could someone very agile maybe climb around the outside and see if there's like a window out there?
Maybe you could try.
Hey, Missile!
Trying to kill Missile.
He's the hero of this story. I gotta let him do heroic things. Or Umlaut, unless, I don't know, you think you can like I was like, the room behind the door would be roughly like here. Like, you couldn't like stone the floor open up here, could you? I know you do things with stone with magic.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
It doesn't work like that.
Hey, I'm not the sorcerer, so I don't know. Okay.
How about we just smash the door down?
I like that idea.
Are you okay with pissing off a ghost by doing that?
No.
That's your job. You handle the ghost, we'll handle the door.
Oh, okay. I will attempt to distract her, and I will start to go back up the stairs.
Okay.
And he will put all his musical improv to the test, and he's going to pull out his. It says it's a lyre, but I think it's more like a lute, like more like a guitar kind of thing than like the harp kind of thing, you know.
Right.
And I'll start to play a song, and I will attempt to improv a song about a hero going off to bring his love back, Ruby.
Careful rhyming Ruby.
Booby and Ruby.
If you fail the roll.
And he brought her back a large booby. But like, I don't know, just something like kind of a little sad. Not directly saying it failed, but hinting that it failed. But also, I don't know, trying to like, I don't know, put acceptance into the song about it too. But anyways, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sing a song to her about basically her own story, but not without her name, you know.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. That sounds like performance.
Thank God I have that. Okay. Is this gonna be? Is it? Oh yeah, I'm gonna.
You're looking at what, like, you start playing, and like as you start like telling her story, I'll let you push here. Don't.
Okay.
I just want to, like, there's that moment where, like, as you're playing, you look at her face and you can see that, like, she's gone back into those memories of when she was still alive. And, you know, whereas you're trying to, like, push this idea of like acceptance, she is only remembering, like, you can watch the emotions like cross over her face, where it's like, you know, there's the wistfulness of memory, and then the sudden like terror of like the fact that she like drank poison.
I will alter my next line a little bit, and I'll fabricate things a little bit into the song about how it's okay. The ruby was brought back, and they had it together, and it was, you know, like that. That's what I'm going to push, basically.
Nice.
Like, alter my story to maybe make her a little happier about it.
Cool.
Why is it rolling so many dice slowly? I'll take it though.
Whatever works.
Yeah. She, you know, there's a moment, right? Like, where it almost looks like she's about to like lose her ghostly shit. And then as you shift your song, like, it catches her off guard, and she kind of almost like goes to like lean against something that just isn't there anymore. But clearly she can see it. Like, she sees this room as it was when she was still alive, right? And she seems transfixed.
And I kind of kick a rock back down the stairs as I'm doing this, like as a little signal.
Nice. What are the rest of you doing?
I guess we take the rock as a signal.
Stairs.
All right. So Umlaut does not F with ghosts. So he is going to not even look. Like, he's going to like just very intentionally not look in the direction of Arlen and the ghost, and just go over and try to kick the F out of the door.
Okay. So you're just going to like bash it open?
Yep.
Okay, cool. That sounds like a might.
Here we go.
This will want to give a hand.
And Nissel's just gonna stay at the stairs, watching, waiting for the worst thing to happen.
Yeah. You see oh yeah, you're good. You're good. Like you kick it, and it like shudders, and like you can feel it shift under your feet, and the wood, like, it squeals against the stone, like, surrounding it, but it hits the back of the jam and kind of bounces back towards you. It seems to have freed it up. It was loud, but she still seems like she's more interested in listening to the halfling play.
Yeah, so Umlaut runs up there, gives the door a kick, right? Sees it pop open, and then just immediately turns around and goes back down the stairs.
Like, fuck this!
Just right past Nissel and Cloud, like.
Yeah. It creaks like as it kind of like slams against the jam, because the hinges only go one way, and like kind of hits and then slowly like creaks back open. It doesn't open all the way, so you can't see what's in there, but you can see the crack where you could like pull the door open.
Yep, that's gonna be all Nissel.
But now Nissel's looking between the scary door and the scary lady. Nissel and Cloud will go over to the door and see what's inside of it.
You pad over there, and Arlen, are you just trying to keep it up? Like,
Yeah.
Keep up the song.
Yeah.
Nice. I think eventually you're gonna be like running out.
At this point, it's like he ventured into the blood mist. I don't know if that was a thing at the time. Like, I'm just like adding to this random merchant dude's story.
Yeah, and like there's parts where she like looks confused, but it's a good song, right? Like,
Yeah.
like, because there's definitely parts where she's like, I don't remember this. This isn't how it happened. So Nissel, like, do you like open the door all the way? Do you just like peek in through where it's cracked, or?
I think, oh man, the problem is that there's a ghost lady out in the other room.
There is a ghost lady. She's right there.
Nissel and Cloud are skirting. They're getting in there as quickly as possible. They're gonna go all the way in.
Okay, cool. So like you go over there, like pull it open just enough for you to slip through.
Yeah.
And get in. It is a small, like, cramped but surprisingly dry closet. And it's mostly bare. There's some old clothing that are hanging from hooks, like old cloaks and stuff. That even though they've been relatively protected, they seem to not, like, they're worthless, right? You can just look at them and tell, like, these are not clothes that were made for like wandering around in the wilderness, so they're not like practically useful. And they were probably like made of like rich materials, but those things don't stand up to time, right? They're all fragile and it's like you touch them and they start tearing. But curled up, like rolled up against the back wall, is, and I shit you not, like, there's a rug, like a big ass rug in here. And you can see in the dark, and even from here you can see that A, it's in really good condition, and B, it is richly woven, and it's still like, you know how Persian rugs are really expensive?
Yeah.
It's like that. Like, this is one of those rugs that people buy as an investment. It was probably like, I don't I don't I don't think you know much about history. Like
really expensive rug.
yeah, Nissel
What?
Nissel doesn't strike me as
Nissel's
somebody
so
who's
confused.
like man, like this must be from blah blah blah. But it like I think you can tell it looks foreign. And also like
And
really
expensive.
nice. Yeah. Yeah, like you could probably sell this for a lot. It's also a giant ass rug.
So did that door close all the way behind me, or is it just like
I think it's just
open still?
it's like unless you closed it all the way.
No,
But
Nissa will immediately not close it and turn around because it's a very small closed-in space, and that's his dark secret. He's claustrophobic.
Oh my god.
Nissel shoots back out down the stairs.
Oh my god.
You just
That's
left the
awesome.
rug there?
The two of
I
us
left
have
the
our
rug
dark
there.
secrets
Nissel doesn't
going.
Care, yeah, he doesn't care about the rug. He's out of that place. That's a small, dark, scary place.
it is
with a
and
big rug.
there's a big rug in there, a big expensive rug, and a ghost
Oh, he
outside.
bolts. He bolts
Was-
as fast as he can, out the door, down the stairs.
Meanwhile, I'm not even gonna make you roll because I think we're getting to the we're actually approaching two things. Number one, the point where I have to take a break and make sure my kid goes to bed because it's a half hour past his bedtime and I am a terrible parent. And B, I think Arlen, as you kind of like are reaching and grasping for like bits and pieces to add on to this song, as your two companions like come up, like check the closet and then run away. Like you see her you see Matilda kind of like shake off the sort of the cobwebs of memory, right? And like she's not upset or angry, but there's this like weird melancholy where she's just like, no, he never was able to get the blood star. He never made it. And then like looks over to the bed. And she said, she goes, it was so that the soldiers couldn't do anything worse to us. That's why he said. And she just kind of like
What did she call the stone? I'm sorry.
the blood star.
Okay. And then I at that point, like, I'll end the song and I'll be like, I know Matilda. I say, it's been a long, long time. And then I'll say, but Vess is waiting for you.
Yeah, she looks down and like she shakes her head and says, no, he promised it to me. I know it's not here, but he promised it to me. It should be mine. It shouldn't stay in the hands of the orcs.
The orcs.
He promised he would bring it to me.
Arlen smells a deal, and he'll say, do you know where this star would be at, where I could go find it and bring it back to you?
She kind of like shakes her head, like everything because everything's kind of a jumble. And she says, Vess, he said he would get it for me. That he knew somebody who had found it, but it had been lost. The blood star, it was made by the elves.
As we're talking, he's sauntering over and like peeking in that door. Do I see the rug in there?
Yeah. Like if you like, do you open the door enough that some light will get in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you can see it in there. It's all like saffron and reds, like really, really well made.
Okay. I will say, Matilda, your story has struck my heart, and he's using flowery language, but he's being kind of honest. He says, I'd like to try to find his blood star for you, but we do not have much in the way of ability to travel and find things yet. May we borrow this? And I kind of motioned to the rug. I said, it will help us in the search for the blood star.
She looks at you kind of suspiciously.
And I'll say, I'll be honest. We would sell it, but the money we would get would allow us to go travel. Like, he's being honest with her at this point. Like, travel and search out something like this, and when we find it, we could bring it back here to you.
Yeah, you can tell you're like right on the edge here. Do you want to make a manipulation roll?
No, but I will.
All for the damn rug.
Yeah.
It's a nice rug.
It is a nice rug.
Could I get any modifier for kind of like telling her story to her and kind of clearing her mind a little bit?
Yeah, I'll give you a +1. Okay. Well, I will tell you, she's sitting at 1 success right now.
Oh, I see that. As am I.
You're tied.
Do I have to win?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you have to beat one.
I'm gonna push. I'm gonna see that her hesitancy, and I'll oh crap.
Her eyes suddenly like it's like she snaps out of her reverie, and her eyes narrow. She says, No, you're one of them. You're one of the ones Vess warned me about. You've come to steal from us. You've come to murder us. No! And like her, it's like the air around her incorporeal body just like sucks in what small amount of light it is, and suddenly the shadows deepen. And
I'll shout, danger whistle, because I'll forget what the actual danger whistle is. I'll just shout danger whistle.
And now there is an angry ghost, which I think is a good spot to take a short break.
Good.
While I put my child to bed.
Oh man,
Guys, I almost got that wrong.
so close.
We need that rug so bad.
Yeah.
I maxed out my willpower though.
Oh, nice. Wow.
I'm gonna go ahead and we'll take 10 here. Give us just a little bit of time and hang out. We will be back in just a few